This Cessna 208 float plane is an amphibious aircraft that can land both on land and water. It has a capacity of 10 passengers or up to 570 kilograms of freight and will operate between the Mission Aviation Fellowship airfield in Kajansi and various islands on Lake Victoria.
This airplane behind us is a Cessna Caravan. It's the type that we fly in many places around the world. So the airframe is the same. The engine is a slightly bigger version, more powerful version than we have on most of our aircraft, which makes it possible for us to take off of water. And that's the difference for us. In the airplane, in the air, it's an airplane. Flies like an airplane, behaves like an airplane. Any pilot could fly it. Once it touches down on the water, that's where things get very interesting. That's where your workload increases much more.
Our hope is that this will be a regular service that we can provide to the people on the islands. And it will obviously start slow, where we provide maybe a flight a day.
The aircraft's introduction is intended to support service delivery to communities that have long been hard to reach. It aims to enable government and development organizations to easily and safely extend essential services to people living on islands of Lake Victoria.
Look at the education levels on the islands. That is the one thing that could bring about change. Now, how are you going to get change when people are not wanting to get to the islands? Because the only way that is going to happen is if we can encourage teachers or scholastic materials and things like that to be taken to the. So what we're hoping with when it comes to medical, first and foremost we want to go to the Ministry of Health, because they are the primary providers of health in the whole of this country. So we want to let them know that there is a service that can allow you to take your medical services.
Experts say having the float plane was a much better option than challenges that come with establishing another airstrip on the islands.
Some of the islands are too small. Their land ownership issues would jump in to say, how many people are you going to partner with in order to get land, big enough land to do an airstrip.
According to the Civil Aviation Authority, the plane arrived with its own certified crew who will need local operation approval before flights begin. Uganda already operates Cessna 208 aircraft that land on airstrips, but this model can land both on land and water. However, water landings require a special runway.
Because they have a qualified pilot who is coming from another land, is going to make those procedures. And once they are approved by us, the UCA, all the pilots who will be flying this aircraft, they will go through those procedures, running procedures. They go to differential training. Once they do that differential training, they will be able to land on water.
The government is currently reviewing the technical and other requirements needed for water operations.
Even to allow to fly like from here to Gulu, we don't need any additional registration. You can fly and land in Gulu. But for water, I told you there's a team of our inspectors which is going to Papua Guinea in the next 2 weeks to go and benchmark and see how they regulate water operations. So when they come back, they will come back with a comprehensive package on what the actuals we need. But through our risk assessment, we shall not need much. So the only modification on water would be to provide the necessary guidance material. To look at the specifics of the water surfaces. Of course, the apron will be the same, like you see on land, but a water surface. The specifics of the docking, the specifics of weather patterns, how to manage the weather, and the docking and the parking.
While the innovation has been welcomed, questions remain about affordability for residents of the islands, as many struggle with poverty.
And we want to make sure that it is affordable to a point where even the local population can be able to get onto this aircraft.
Asked whether government has plans to purchase such float planes, the State Minister for Transport had this to say.
We can plan for such, especially to restore people. We can plan for that, but it will be after when we are advanced with our domestic flights. for the passenger.
Norbert Atkunda, NTV News.